I just wanna pivot. So I must have gone to WizKid the other day, innit? And Bianca was there, Matthew was there, and whatever. Bianca's mum was there, whatever. Your mum looks amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't even know it was her mum. She was like, oh, Bianca's mum. I said, what? Anyway, so, and then Matthew started talking to her about The Apprentice.
Yeah.
But I don't watch The Apprentice. So I was like, what, you on The Apprentice? And Matthew was like, yeah, man, you're on The Apprentice. He was like, your episode, your series was the last best series or something like that, I can't remember. So I'm thinking, hold on, wait, all this time, I didn't know you were on The Apprentice. Because I don't know no one that's been on The Apprentice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to speak about that journey in terms of like, because we see it on TV, like, you all live in the house, there's a task, then you might say, I'm the manager of it now, like, and then when you get into the boardroom and like, to me, I don't know why, but I would laugh in that boardroom. I don't know why, because it just looks too serious. You're like, your team's sweating, then it's kind of like, he reads like, all right, so your team done 360, but he just looks like he's just hotting people up. And you know, like, who are you talking to? But you just, no, do you know what, let me just be calm. So it's kind of like, you have to be calm, like, so what was the experience like in terms of
I don't think, you know, that who you talking to thing, I haven't seen anyone manage to master that yet in The Apprentice. Like, I think realistically, it's intense. Remember, there's two teams. Sorry, Mike, not in the right position, in trouble.
See, Alan Sugar was here.
In trouble. I was there. No, yeah, right. I got fired real quick.
You're around.
It's intense because you're waiting for him to
cook you.
Yeah, you're just waiting for your turn. So you're not in a position because you don't know if you won the task or not. No matter how well your team has done, in your mind, you don't know if the other team have surpassed you. So you're thinking, oh yeah, I did a good job, I sold this many. But remember, you can't really keep track of the sales that have gone through. Yeah. Because they keep track of that. So you don't really know how many sales have been converted. You don't know until you're in the room.
Jesus.
So you're not in a position really to be laughing at the other team because you don't know what's going to happen next and whether you're going to be in a winning team or not. Yeah. So you're just waiting.
But you know what I don't like though? When you go in there and it just turns like daggers, like you and Tazer be on the same team and at the blue and Alan's there. Next week Tazer saying, well, I can't lie to you, man. Like, I tried to help Bianca, but Bianca was moving mad. I mean, you look at them and like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, they're throwing people under the bus. It's real.
But how do you, because afterwards, I'm not talking like, it's irreparable now, if that makes sense, because I've seen what you've done.
You can't hold that anger, you know, because you could be in the boardroom and then the next day you're on a task and you have to work with the person again. Yeah. And if you hold on to that anger, you don't work in the right way, and you, as a team, you're not going to win. And I think what people miss on The Apprentice is you have to work as a team in order to win, in order for you to get to the end. Okay. And I think sometimes people go in there thinking about themselves only and how they're going to win. But actually, if you win but your team loses, you're still in the firing line. Yeah, because Tazer will come and say, oh yeah, Bianca didn't do this, Bianca didn't do that. When you thought you performed. So there's always an opportunity for you to get fired. So you have to work as a team. So you can't even hold a grudge. Like I remember that on my season, which was years ago now, I had this big fight with this guy. And then when they finished filming, he went in the fridge and took my pasta that I had cooked out of the fridge and started cooking it. Started warming it up. I was mad. I'm like, I was like, why are you cooking my food? Like, don't eat my food after you were just rude to me on TV. Like, you okay? But then you have to remember, look, that's like real life and then work. Yeah. And I think that's the boundary that most people don't set in real life. Like you have your work and you have your personal life. You're living with these people. So during the day you're working with them and then they cuss you out in the boardroom, then you have to go to sleep and eat with them. Yeah. Literally. But
how is the house? Is it like, do you get days off in terms of, is it like...
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Is it task?
You don't know. So you don't know when you're going to have a day off. You don't know when you're going to be on a task. So quite literally, you'll wake up in the morning and the phone will be ringing and suddenly cameras in your bedroom and they're like, you need to get up, there's a task.
I'm just thinking...
Raw.
And then the next day, no one wakes you up. You haven't got a phone, remember? So no phone... No internet, no books, no magazines, nothing.
Seriously?
You're cut off from
just your work, world. Just whatever they ask you to do.
Yeah, you get one call per week with one person, one family member.
Serious?
So how long were you in there?
12 weeks.
Jesus, it's like jail.
And I couldn't tell anyone where I was. So I had to lie to all my friends and family and say, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing in Dubai. Like, I don't know how Dubai became a thing. This is obviously like self-fulfilling prophecy. But I was like, I'm doing this thing with the royal family in Dubai, so I'm going to be unavailable for 3 months. Like, how does that story even make sense?
Yeah.
But you had to come up with your own story. The production company didn't give you a story.
Bloody hell.
So I had to just make a story.
So you just disappear, and then they get a call at the end of the week.
Remember, because it could be 1 week, it could be 3 months, right? You could get fired in week 1, and you could have been away for 1 day.
You get it?
Oh yeah.
Or you
So
could be
because
gone
every
for all
week
3
there's
months.
right, or you could be away for the whole 3 months.
So a lot of your family members or friends saw you on TV.
4 months later, it's pre-recorded.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like Big
So you
Brother.
disappeared.
or I'm
So
a
you went
celebrity.
missing for a period of time.
She went to Dubai and came back with no tan.
No tan, nothing, no story. Couldn't explain what I was doing. Like my uncle, I think week 8, called my dad and was like, "Hold on, what's going on here? Bianca's not answering her phone. Everyone's being cagey.
Oh yeah, because no one knows,
is
innit?
she? Yeah, is she buried? Like, what's happened? Like, because how do you explain that to people?
Disappear.
But
The only people who knew where I was my mum, my dad, and
But didn't you bump into anyone? Like, you know, like if you man are trying to ring me.
Yeah, but you're not famous out here. I was no one know me then.
You know what I'm saying? And you're Liverpool Street or Leadenhall Market or
Yeah,
something, you're trying to, hey, I've been trying to get hold of you, man. What are you doing, man? What? No, you could know. What, you selling cockles now? What's going on? Like, but these times you're doing a task for Alan Sugar, but you can't move, man. You know,
I bumped into one person the whole time,
Okay.
and he, you know, when someone sees you, they're like, oh, and then he just walked off because he
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
knew.
yeah.
He worked for Google. We were in the Google offices, and he was like, "Nah,
That could
I'm not meant to know this."
That could
No,
never
speaking
happen
of
with us.
people
That's
knowing,
intense, though.
speaking of people, knowing, it was hilarious because I was with Bianca and Byron the other day and we're chilling, and someone looked at Bianca and she was like, "Oh, you were on The Apprentice, innit?" That was the funniest exchange ever because it was just so random, and where we were, it was just such a random question to pop up. I know Bianca wasn't even expecting that in that setting, essentially. And we were like, okay. And
It's awkward sometimes because I don't want to, like, you not knowing is not a problem to me, but I'm not walking around saying, "Hey, by the way, I used to work on TV."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that person. So if people remember, 7 years ago, 2014.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, so I don't really
I might remember
expect-
like it was yesterday.
How does it?
Yeah.
How does it prepare you for the actual business world? Would you say?
It's not real life. It's TV, innit? Like the boardroom. When you're saying about intensity, that's a day. We filmed the boardroom for a whole day.
Oh, serious?
So when you're thinking about why is it so intense, you've been there a whole day with this guy shouting at you and telling you how like you're rubbish, and then telling you won. Like it's a day. Like it's an emotional roller coaster.
So for that, is that for the camera,
Yeah.
or is he actually like that?
No, he's like that.
Oh, right.
It's
Like,
real.
he looks like he don't play.
no.
He's real. It's real.
But don't you see when he's on thing, you're like, just cooking Piers Morgan all day. Like,
He's just
he is literally intense.
He's
That's
that
weird
guy.
though, because the outside looking in, it looks like you have your phones. It looks like you are just in a house. Like, it looks like there's like maybe a time frame, as in like you're in the house for like a week, for example, but you have a task maybe every Thursday or every couple days, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you just go back to once you finish the task, if you're cool, you go back to the house. You can use your phone, whatever. But the way you're making it sound is like no phones, no communication. Out of the blue, we don't know when we're going to get called for a task.
Yeah. Like literally some tasks might be 3 days long, one might be 1 day long. So you don't know when you're going to have a break. And then even when you do get that call with your loved one, there's someone sitting next to you. You're not allowed to talk about what you're doing. You're not allowed to talk about the task. So I'm on the phone to Byron and I'm just like, "Hey, how's life over there?" Because I can't talk about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I remember once saying, "Oh yeah, we flew to Iceland," and they were like, "Whoa, no, Bianca, you can't say that. Stop talking." Like literally someone listening to your
Put the
conversation.
hand on the lips.
What?
Byron could write to me.
You lot
couldn't
got a
write
helicopter
back.
to Iceland, or you actually went to Iceland?
We flew to Ireland. We flew to Iceland, for a task.
Nah, to check, you know what I mean? Because that says Alan Sugar, so you lot could actually caught a helicopter to Iceland, you know what I mean? Down the road.
No, we flew business, but we flew to Iceland. Well, we flew business on camera. We flew economy on the way back. They were like, "No, the camera's done now. You lot need to combine economy."
And that's the one thing,
The Ryanair hookup.
bro. That's
Yeah.
the one thing you learn about when you kind of film reality TV in any capacity. You start to realize what it looks like on TV and how it happens behind the scenes.
Not the same.
It's different. When I filmed my documentary, the first time I'm meeting people isn't the first time I met them, because basically because of the way certain scenes were shot, we're like, we have to film this scene first. So when you meet the person, act like this is the first time you've met the person.
Yeah.
But I've never done this, so it was just weird to me at the time because I was like,
So I got
yeah, you know what I mean? That's literally what it was.
You know what? That's funny. Yeah. Can you see the video that I posted for when me and my sister gave my mom the gift? So my mom's birthday was a few weeks ago. We gave her.
So she already got the
No.
Oh.
So that was first take, and that's all I was gonna do. But after, my sister told me that she had convinced the company that we got it done with, that basically said to them, "Oh, my brother's he's an influencer. He's got X amount." And all she got back was like credits. I said, "What?
What's it?
Credits?
Another painting."
Yeah, credits towards another order." I said, "Oh, you could have got this for free." But anyway, so my mum ran in the room, goes, "Free? What? Do you want me to film it again?" I said, "Relax." Like, she was ready to do that and start again. I said, "No, Mum, don't worry about it."
I like your mum was ready. She was like that.
Ready to do red table talk for a picture, you know. Jada, calm down, man.
I said, "No, Mum, it's cool, man. It's cool."
But I think you don't realise that. I think when you're watching it, it looks like it's just a fun show. It's seamless and
they film it well though. I can't lie to you. They film it well. But how did you work out who was, for example, gonna be the event manager? You know, like the task manager.
The task manager, yeah.
How do you work that
manager.
out? Project manager.
You have to put yourself forward, or someone nominates you. So I remember that first task. No one wants to do the first task. That's how people get fired out here. So I was like, you have to start. Oh, I think your skill set will be really good for that. You know, you just start. So you can step back.
You're CE, yeah. You're good at this still.
I remember when you said that didn't you say you used to do retail? You know, but you have to be careful. You can't talk about your business in the house, because that's how they use it against you.
Because you was going to say,
careful, boy.
She did. Oh, when the task goes pear-shaped, but she did say she was good with numbers.
That's right.
Blah, blah. Oh, yeah.
Didn't you say in your business? Oh, but didn't you say? Nah, you can't. Don't get caught slipping. Talking your business in your personal time at lunch times, dinner times.
So it's ruthless in there.
Ruthless. Remember, you're in a house. 19. Like I always say, 19 unhinged business people competing for £250,000.
Yeah.
Like we're all in there competing for money. It's not a life-changing opportunity potentially.
Yeah.
So people are fighting, but you're living with them. You're sharing a room with them. You're sharing a bathroom with. That's the next drama. Sharing a bathroom with some of these people is just nasty.
Yeah.
But you're in this environment where you're sharing with these.
One bathroom.
There was like it was a mansion, so there was like 8 or 10, I think 10 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, 10 en suites or whatever.
Okay.
But in each bedroom, I shared a bedroom with 4 other women. One bathroom, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get ready.
Jesus.
That maths does not work.
Minutes. Yeah, Marv's
Look at
late.
that.
Everyone or each?
Marv's late all the time.
Everyone.
Jesus.
15 minutes to get ready.
Yeah, they're like, you got, or 30, or like 50, 20 minutes to get
I'm
ready.
wearing, I'm getting ready.
Huh?
If I know what I'm wearing, it's fine.
No, but come on, you've just got, you're a woman, so you got your makeup, your hair, your shower.
Yeah, no,
and what they do, they just open the door, bring all the cameras in. So now if you're getting dressed, you're on camera. So what we used to do was, as soon as the phone rang, run into the bathroom, all 4 of us, shut the door. It was real intimate. One's on the toilet, one's in the shower, one's brushing their teeth.
Making it
Just
happen,
met
boy.
them, you know?
Yeah, but you're like, I'm trying to win.
Trying to win. Trying to win.
Women are different still. You can do that.
No, I don't know, you know.
Would you do
Not
it
with
now?
everyone.
Where you are in life now, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it now.
Nah,
I was young. I was 25. I was, young and edgy, and I'm doing it now. It was like some throwback one, that kind of celebrity kind of come back and no, I don't think so.
Did they let you bring the Birkin into the house?
Sorry,
Well, you go in the house, you leave your Birkin at home for 16 weeks?
I leave the Birkin, mate. I don't even care. I'm going in to win. Saying that, not winning wasn't really that bad.
Because I feel like it's one of those things where it just exposes you to, kind of a different audience. So you're like, if you don't win, you go out and you make the most of it, because you're like, now, certain people know me. Now I'm exposed to this, and this. So do you think that kind of helped you in that way?
In business spaces?
Nah, I think in some part, they just drop you. Like, literally, you finish. You're not a winner. They're like, okay, thanks, you're a finalist. Take 2 pictures, do a couple press interviews, bye. Drop you back into the world to deal with it. And like, I remember coming out and the tweets and messages, it's overwhelming. Like, some of it's super positive, but I had so much racist messages.
Serious?
And go back to where you came from, you this, that, and the other. Like, so much abuse that they don't care about. Why? Just because people are keyboard warriors and that's what they're about. But it's scary and I had a stalker. Like, I had everything happened.
That's weird, because
That's the Apprentice. Imagine Love Island.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not condoning what happened to Rashford, Sancho, and Saka, but it's kind of like, in your mind, you're like, you're racist, but I could see the anger where it's come from, innit? It's like, England have lost the final for the first time. The Three Brothers have missed the black. You're racist, but I can see why you're projecting. But you walked on a program on the
business program,
Apprentice, Like, what have I done to anger you for you to actually send me
just existing and to get that far, to get to the final? So I think at that point where they thought I might win, that's when like the racism like really started.
Oh, but maybe that's why they took that's why they took your phones off you and stuff as well.
Remember it's pre-recorded 3 months before. So I recorded it February to like May.
So
it came out in September to December.
So in real time, you're out now when it's on TV.
Now,
so you're seeing
correct. I'm in the real world. I know what happens each week. I can't tell anyone that I get to the final. Then I'm getting the abuse. Then I'm getting, it's all over the place.
That's crazy, man. People don't see that though. A lot of people want the fame or they want this.
They don't see what comes.
Notoriety. They want it, but they don't realize what comes with it on the other side in terms of people invading your privacy. Some of the messages you receive, like people just see the good parts, as in like money earned, fame, getting invited to certain events, brushing shoulders with these people. But then there's weirdos out there that just will send you nonsense.
I was actually
even a stalker. You know how scary it must be to have a stalker. As a dude, it's scary, but as a woman, it must be.
It was awful. Yeah.
Because you don't know like how far they're going to take it. Are you going to come to where I live, or are you just online?
Did you see the video of the guy who was stalking the woman? I put it in the group. Stalking the woman, and he stalked her to the point where he walked into her house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he followed her home, and he didn't.
Her house was open?
No, she's put the key in and opened the door.
Did she know she had a stalker?
She didn't know. The guy was just following her. Walked into the house. Was
that a stalker? He just followed her in the house.
Okay.
No, but you know what I mean. He stalked her in that instant, but as a stalker.
Okay, different types.
But I'm saying he's walked her into the house. He's met 2 of her sons. They weighed him in because they just literally just pushed him back out, and then in the front, the area with the
white woman, black woman.
It had to be a black. The individual, you don't see the woman. You just see the man come back out. But obviously, the caption said this man had followed the woman into the house, and the sons have.
Oh, you mean in the garage?
No. This is in the garden. She's climbed up the porch into the yard, and then they've walked out and pushed him into the front yard, and they're just beating him up. They've even broken her fence trying to beat him up.
That's what different.
Good.
But it's scary.
Yeah.
And like even going to the police station and them saying, no, oh well, we've had bigger celebrities than you.
Right.
That was their response. I was like, okay, cool.
But if I want a celebrity.
But I don't even consider myself a celebrity. I just as a woman. But how can you say that to me?
Shouldn't have. But the thing is, a celebrity shouldn't have anything to do with it. Because if you're a woman,
like someone's trying to kill me,
going into the station and saying I've got a stalker, can you deal with it? But then when police say stuff like something needs to happen before we can act, as in like there needs to be a certain amount of things done before. But it's like, but if certain amount of things are done before, it might be too late.
Yeah.
You know
I can't lie to you. The way the police move sometimes, it's weird. Like you have to wait till something happens. But what if when that something happens, I've done something to protect myself. I'm in trouble.
I was going to say even that woman's kids now, the son,
could
have beat him, and now they could be in trouble for GBH.
Remember our stalker? So we had
our blood.
You know who?
Oh! I was thinking that's a dog
because you know who.
I don't consider it as a stalker. That's why. But I don't.
Because you weren't at fear.
No. Because it was just DMs.
Bro,
I didn't feel like I was getting out my card.
Horrible, bro. Like so with her, there's when people reporting into the police. I reported to the police. One girl, she's reported into the police because the girl's threatening to come to her apartment, sending her videos of where she lives. You know what I mean? So, but because it's happening online, you know what they told her? If it's such a big deal, just delete your account. And but it's like I work off my Instagram. I can't just delete my Instagram. You know what I mean? Why won't you just deal with it? They were like, if it's such a big deal, delete your account.
How unrealistic and how unhelpful is
it's
that?
like someone's following me around. Oh, if it's such a big deal, don't leave the house.
Don't leave the house. Yeah. And no one will follow you.
You know what I mean? But with this girl, she works off, social media. She's a presenter, she's this, she's that. So without my social media, I then can't work. So you're telling me the only way I can then stop this from happening is to delete, you know what I mean?
That's like someone saying to you at work, someone keeps coming to our workplace and...
Just work from home.
And then someone says, I just don't go work then. What?
Just work from home. And you're like, no, this is my job. This is my livelihood. So the way they handle certain situations, they were like, literally, unless she's done whatever. So you have to then kind of build your own case, get your own evidence and so on and so on.
I'm a police officer.
No, but that's how it is.
Case, Bro,
it's that I came close to getting, bro, I had the private investigator ready to go or whatever, bro. That's literally how real I was going to send him out. You do X, Y, Z. Because literally, like, she would make 20 to 30 to 40, hundreds of accounts at certain times where you're like, yo, my experience is just...
That's not even an exaggeration,
Like,
the amount of time she messaged me saying, your daughter is a wide-nosed this. One time I replied and said, okay, now what? And she was like, I always think of that, that meme of the white woman by the window. and she grabs the curtain. She gets so vexed, she grabs the curtain.
Oh, was it EastEnders?
I can't remember where it's from, but
and she's just losing her.
Yeah,
losing her.
That's how I feel with these trolls, because once you reply,
and it's not the response that they wanted.
The demeanor changes.
No, but with her, people we used to say to us, you know what I mean? Just because I made the mistake of responding. And it aggravated her even more.
Yeah,
so
that's
people
what
were
I'm
like,
saying.
don't reply. So at the time, he had never replied. But I was like, Tazer gets the same smoke, but he's never replied. So at this point, he hasn't. So it's like, it doesn't matter for her whether you reply or you don't. Because he hasn't let up on man. Because people are like, if you don't respond, she'll get bored. No, she won't. Because she was active for 3 years.
Like 18
3 years.
Yeah.
I wake up to like 18 message requests. I'll look, it's all her different accounts.
Yes.
I mean, that's quite worrying. Like she has a problem, right? A mental health problem. Yeah. And so there's a bigger problem at play there. But it doesn't mean you should have to,
But technically speaking, that's a good business person, though.
What do you mean? What promo?
With dedication.
No, as in that's brother.
Remember when she got nicked with bare phones on
separate
her?
accounts.
No, because
She's got more than that.
That's my point.
Imagine how much people she's messaging.
No,
for
but imagine if she applied that to something else.
Yeah, she needs
She
to
had
buy the
multiple
book.
Millionaire.
phones. She had multiple phones.
Huh?
She needs to buy the book.
hire her.
Yeah.
No, you went too far. He went too far.
No, listen.
Right, listen, she's persistent and consistent.
But my tire as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she might lose you business because she'll follow your clients home.
Yeah, but long as she follow me home, that's cool.
You don't need. Yeah, she got nicked one time and she had a few phones that she was working from.
So she had multiple. How are
Minority
you affording
reports.
this? Like multiple phones, so much time on their hands.
Some dedication, man. Telling
No
you.
job. Must
You were right in terms of saying it's a mental health thing, because remember the video where they caught her and her mum out, and her mum was just enabling it, because her mum is not, you know what I mean? Like, you would think with her mum where someone's like, oh, you were calling me this, what you have to say for yourself. The mum's not interested in any of that, which means this ain't the first time.
No, but
She's
the only
heard
thing
this.
is,
Nah,
but your mum's
approach me and my mum's
your
there,
mum's
you say, oh, Tazer's a this,
my mum's
this,
always
that.
gonna back
My
me.
mum's like, what?
Yeah. No matter what you've done, your mum's gonna back you, bro.
I hear you, but I'm looking at you like,
I-
Tazer,
I-
if someone was
Yeah,
like, when you're
after.
out there, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
after.
And you're
On
forgetting
cam,
as well,
after.
it's a couple black brothers that have come in to approach her. So her mum's gonna be like,
You talk to black people.
I lie?
That's the first.
Yeah. No, she was
The mum's
Turkish,
sitting
yeah.
there, hijab. The mum's confused.
The mum's thinking, blacks?
They're chilling in a Costa. Like what?
Blacks?
Mum's not expecting this. And
Is that what it took for it to stop?
it didn't stop after that. That's when she realised that, oh, people know who I am. She
kept going.
started going. She said, all right, cool. You lot know it's me.
You're
She put her
joking.
foot
Tupac.
down.
Do you know what's mad? Do you know what's mad about that
She got
situation as
Thug
well?
Life tattooed here.
Do you know what's so mad about that situation as well, yeah? I think it probably provoked others like her to jump in, but then use her picture.
Nah, but see,